What separates winning cases in Social Security disability from losing cases? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg, and I'm a Social Security disability attorney in Georgia, and I represent clients throughout the state. And I want to talk to you today about what separates the winners from the losers. I've represented claimants for over 25 years. I've seen a lot of hearings. I've talked to a lot of clients, and I have a pretty good idea about what's working and what's not working. So I wanted to talk to you about what wins and what loses. And really, to break it further down, who are the winners and who are the losers when it comes to claimants, and how you can put yourself in the category of being a winner for disability purposes. Number one, winners have an attitude of reluctance, whereas losers have an attitude of entitlement. And what I mean by that is, when you go into a hearing, disability judges, they've seen dozens and dozens of claimants over the weeks and months preceding you, and they can pick up if somebody has what I call an attitude of entitlement, a person who's given up, a person who believes, I'm disabled, judge, go ahead and pay me, as opposed to somebody who comes in there and basically says, either with words or through actions, Judge, I hate the idea of being here. I don't want to be disabled. I don't want to label myself as disabled. I'd much rather be working. It was good for me socially. It was good for me financially. I was able to take care of my family, a matter of pride. I hate the idea of being disabled. And if I can get better, if there's a surgery or a medication or a procedure that I can undergo to allow me to go back to work, I would do so in a minute. That's the attitude you want to take, the idea that you hate the idea of being there, you don't want to be there, you're only there because you absolutely have to. And if you bring the attitude of reluctance as opposed to the attitude of entitlement, it's going to make you a much more credible witness, much more believable, and your odds of winning are going to go up. Number two, what separates the winners from the losers. Winners make smart use of their time. Now, in disability cases, the hearings now last about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, but normally about 45 minutes. And you know, or your attorney should know, when you walk in, that there are certain questions that judges ask in every single hearing. How long can you sit? How long can you stand? What is your past work? What kind of medications do you take? Why do you believe you're disabled? There's a whole, I think I put together a video, and I'll link to it, where there's maybe 20 questions that judges ask in every single case. The first time you consider these questions should not be at the hearing. It should be in a pre-hearing conference with your attorney. So you need to be able to go through these questions as quickly as possible. Some of them, like the past work, you can do in writing, where you can put together a little spreadsheet or a grid where you describe what you did in the past and save yourself time. So if you have 45 minutes at a hearing, and about 30 minutes of that is going to be your testimony, you don't want to spend 20 out of that 30 minutes going through the background questions that the judge asks every time. These are questions that should be taken care of in 7 to 10 minutes, so you can spend the next 20 minutes talking about the substance, why you believe you're disabled. So really important to know the questions that are coming and to be prepared to answer those questions. Make smart use of your time. A loser is somebody who hasn't really thought about that before, walks into the hearing and considers for the first time, how far can I walk? How much can I lift? I don't really know. It depends. No, you don't want to do that. You want to be prepared. So a winner knows what's coming and is prepared for that. A loser doesn't know what's coming and has to stumble about. Number three, when you talk to the judge, you want to speak in specifics. And this kind of gets to knowing the questions that are coming. Judges don't want to hear not very much or not very far. So if the judge says, how much can you lift? Not very much. How far can you walk? Not too far. What do you do during the day? I just piddle around. That doesn't tell the judge anything at all. You need to be much more specific. And this is, again, where a good attorney can help you by practicing. How long, or let's say, how long can you sit? Well, Your Honor, I can sit for about 5 to 7 minutes. Then the pain in my back gets so bad it runs into my left leg. The pain is so severe that I can't, it stiffens up and I have to stand up and walk around. I can't stand still. I have to walk around for about 5 to 8 minutes, and then I can sit down again. And I can repeat that for about an hour, up and down, up and down. Then the pain gets so bad I've got to take medication, and I lie down in my recliner, and usually puts me to sleep. I'm usually taking a nap, or I'm in the recliner for anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. That I can get up, and I'm really stiff at that point. I can move around a little bit, and then I can sit again for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. But I have to keep, after 10 minutes at most, I've got to stand up and walk around because my leg gets so tight and so stiff, and if I don't walk around, I literally could be bedridden the next day. That's how much specific testimony you have to have. You can't say not very far, and you can't say it depends, because it depends doesn't mean anything either. Every day you have to kind of pick an average day and describe it. And again, these are things you want to practice with your attorney so that you can make really good use of your hearing time and answer those questions very, very clearly. All right, so that's it for this part of what separates the winners from the losers. I'm going to have part 2 coming up, but for now, this is part 1. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. If you have any other thoughts about questions or topics that separate the winners from the losers, love to hear from you. Visit me online, ssdanswers.com/GLO for Ginsberg Law Offices. I have a free Secrets to Winning Disability download, survival kit is what I call it. I've also got a case evaluation form there where you can request a case evaluation. Happy to help you any way I can there. And again, if I can be of assistance, my direct phone number is 770-393-4985. So for now, this is Jonathan Ginsberg wishing you the best. Thanks a lot.